Colts Nation, if helmets or helmet accessories interest you, make sure to go to greengridiron.com and use code INDSYN at checkout to get the discount code with it. Whether it's mini helmets, full-size helmets, visors, clips, whatever it may be, different face masks, different variations of helmets, alternate helmets, whatever the case, you can get it at Green Gridiron. And again, that's code INDSYN at checkout for the discount. Thanks for stopping by for another video, and now let's get into it. What's going on, Colts Nation? I appreciate you joining me for another video, and today I want to talk a little bit about our edge rusher, rookie edge rusher, Laiatu Latu. A lot of talk about him. There was people talking about him in my last stream when we were streaming during the game, and people saying, disappointing. And of course, what we got from this year is disappointing compared to what we thought we were going to get, right? This is a guy that's being compared to TJ Watt. This is a guy that has the ability to be able to put the pressure on the quarterback, go after the quarterback, and we just haven't been able to see enough of it. And because, there are 4 different games where he has 0 stats, right? And I understand what people are talking about, right? He's played in X amount of games, but only has 4 sacks, right? And it's you just got to go deeper than that. And shout out to Lawrence Owen, right? This is a video that I plan on putting out anyways after people were talking crazy about Latu in the stream. But I'm glad that Lawrence Owen here put out a couple of tweets about Latu and has one comparing the stats between Jared Verse and Latu, and has another one just about Latu kind of compared to the defensive lineman on the current team. And so the comparison between Jared Verse, who is the best rookie edge rusher, has also played more, but we'll get to that. So Jared Verse versus Laiatu Latu. Hurries 12-11 Jared Verse. As we go through, just know all these numbers, Jared Verse is higher. But at the end, you'll see there's a reason for that. But pressures 29-23. Sacks 4.5 to 4. So for as great as Jared Verse has been, he only has a half sack more. And when you look at these other numbers, missed tackle percentage 19.8 for Jared Verse, 11.4% for Latu, so much lower. But look at snaps and snap percentage, 823 snaps for Jared Verse, whereas Latu 250 less at 582. And when you think about 582 snaps, you think about how many snaps the defense has played this year. I believe we've played the most snaps in the NFL. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure our defense has played the most snaps in the NFL. And again, 582. So this other one, right? This other tweet from Lawrence Owen, Colts D line. Laiatu Latu is 4th among Colts defensive linemen in snap counts this season with 53%, but he still leads the team with 23 quarterback pressures. And again, 250 less snaps than Jared Verse. He has 1 less hurry, 6 less pressures, half a sack less, and has a better missed tackle percentage. So overall, like everybody talking about, Latu ain't the one, or why did we draft this guy? We could have had this guy or this guy. So this is where I will always revert back to the fact that this is Gus Bradley not knowing what he's doing. Just having a defensive coordinator that's just incompetent, doesn't understand what he's supposed to be doing, doesn't understand how to get this defense to perform its best, because he won't just keep his best 11 on the field. Latu is the best rusher we got. You keep him on the field more and just let him rush the passer. He did a lot of trying to get Latu to stand up and move around and do a bunch of weird stuff. I just don't know if that's what you're doing. When you watch the tape of him at UCLA, he was hand in the dirt rushing the passer. Gus Bradley trying to be cute and use him in different ways because of his athleticism. Just let the young man rush the passer and play him more, and Gus never did it. I think the what everybody thought at the beginning of the year was, hey, he's just going to get eased in. And as the year goes on, which is why I thought, when I thought he initially could end up with, 12 sacks, if he played as much as he should throughout the season, when that wasn't happening, I was like, okay, well, he'll end up with 8 sacks because he'll get hot at the end of the year when he does inevitably play more, and he never played more. Gus just has never played him more. I think maybe even played a season low percentage of snaps this last game, maybe something like that. A low percentage of snaps at least for Latu. And it's just At some point, it's just ridiculous what Gus Bradley's done, which is one of the reasons I personally would like to see Gus Bradley gone. Is just the simple fact that he won't use the personnel available to him to the best of his ability. So a lot of people ragging on the defense, and a lot of it is Gus Bradley. Like, it is on the players to execute at times, but Gus Bradley is a massive problem. What he tries to do with the defense is a massive problem. It has been for years, and it shows up week in and week out. And Latu's rookie season is a product of that. That's why you got to get a guy like Robert Saleh that'll come in and will play Latu the entire game. Right, Dio's leaving. We have the 5th-year option on Quiddy, so you keep Quiddy, have him as that left side rusher, and figure it out. You know, if you end up wanting to re-sign Quiddy, re-sign him. If not, you don't. But I think a situation again in my mind, I'm stuck on Robert Saleh as defensive coordinator. Like, you got to make it happen, whatever means necessary. You got to make it happen. I think he would be the right guy to bring a certain kind of culture to that defense, a certain kind of toughness to that defense. Just everywhere he goes, he ends up with talent on the defense. And part of it's because those guys are just talented, but part of it is also because you have a coach that can bring the best out of players and will do what's best for his defense. He did it in San Francisco. He did it with the Jets. Jets, as bad as they are, they had good defense until he was gone. So I just think Latu, people got to relax on Latu, man. Latu's a dude. Okay, Latu's different. I promise you. Latu's different. He starts getting on the field more next year. Everybody's going to realize, okay, this was actually the guy that probably should have had Defensive Rookie of the Year if it wasn't for incompetent coaching. So that's really just my messaging coming out of this is just, hey, man, like, we got Latu in the first round last year. Over time, that draft pick is going to work out. Right, that's one thing Chris Ballard's good at, man. Dude, for all his flaws and for how he built this team, he has a good eye for talent coming out of the draft. That's just one thing he's done. So, and Latu's one of them, man. I, even if we're gonna take out what Chris Ballard thinks, I have a lot of confidence in my ability to be able to read talent, and Latu's different. So just give it time. We'll see what happens, and we'll talk more about the rookie class as a whole after the season. Right, do an entire review on the rookie class and what happened, the ups, the downs, and how everybody performed. We'll talk about it all, and there's going to be plenty more content. We're going to be live for the game this upcoming Sunday, so make sure you're subscribed, have notifications on so you get notified anytime we have any content dropping, anytime we go live, whatever the case may be. Of course, appreciate you stopping by for another video. And as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.